stickers off.
You guys seen that Flash trailer?
Yeah.
It looks good.
It looks awful. Awesome. Yeah.
You think it looks awful? Really?
No, I misspoke. I think it looks awesome.
Y'all niggas are gay.
Listen up. Here's your wake-up call.
Come and get it.
3 hours of Toonami programming, and it's not even a school day. Toonami, The Rising Sun, Saturday from 9 to noon.
You just made my day.
A day which will live in infamy.
Now the victory's mine!
Yo, I'm digging that intro, man. I love that. Well done, sir.
Man, what?
Can you hear me?
Goddamn vacuum cleaner going crazy in the background, and it got hit with the all spark, came to life, became a mini con.
Bro, yeah, the audio too, bro. It sounds echoey, dude. Like
my audio,
your audio, yeah, man.
God damn.
we came in with good intentions this morning, y'all. All right.
My bad. I was talking shit about his audio and mine's terrible.
You talking about my audio?
Yes, bro. I said you got the loudest vacuum in the background.
Nah, bro, we trying to be on our healthy tip now. You know, Shiro in the back making like celery juice and shit.
Oh, okay,
She put the celery in there and put no cup behind it, so celery juice shot everywhere, bro. So she back to square one with it. So
see, man, I thought you were doing right. I thought you had her in the back cleaning, but she making
later,
vegetable juice.
Mm-hmm. Ain't you the one saying we gotta live sustainably and whatnot? Get off the technological stuff, get back to nature. We juice the nature up in here, okay?
Bro, if she ain't fix you up no fat piece of protein, then hey, you need to get in there and
crock pot. She got that in the crock pot already, bro. This is she made the celery juice after putting it on the crock pot. All right.
Gotcha.
All right, it's going down.
All right, man. Yeah. Spent all that time. We didn't even come in right, like we planned to. It's all good. What up, people? We live for another episode, for another stream, for another podcast, Heroes No Cape podcast, whatever you want to call it. Episode number 60.
60, man. We're up
60 to be exact. Yeah. And I am, the Abomination, known as AJ.
All right. Okay.
RNS, real naughty shit right there. Okay. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And I'm joined by my homie, my co-host, Mr. Left Eye Ego.
I had dinner with 2 women at the same time because I'm a stud.
Why you do me like do my man's like that?
That's the man's right there. That's the man's right there. Yeah, little DC representation for him. Because this man went crazy, stroking the shit out of that Flash movie, as Ezra Miller wanted.
Whatever, bro.
But we're gonna be talking about some of that. But before we get to that, and this man has this passionate rant, or I guess defending, or just simply explaining why he enjoys this movie. But before we get into that, we're gonna talk about some Marvel, get that out the way, and then a little extra, little squeeze, little layer of DC news in there. What up, Liz? Not Lizzie. Hello, everyone. Seems Ego detransitioned. Seems that way.
Man.
He should have stayed. He should have stayed that other gender, because those tits in the Green Lantern tank right now would be looking pretty good. Pretty good.
Man.
So yeah, that's what we got on the slate to talk about. What's up, man? We want to talk to the people, address the chat and these comments.
I'm getting
them up
to it right now. Yeah, because if people saying plot twist, I'm actually Cyborg. Also, your werewolf needs bedroom eyes, AJ.
It will happen. It will happen.
Dempsey saying that those were bedroom eyes. You know you gotta kiss do la la.
There you go. I'm ready to roast the shit out of any and every Flash movie fan. Let the blood flow. Oh my goodness.
Oh, this means war.
Oh my goodness.
All right, we're going to war. But first, we want to actually talk about before we get to the crux of the argument today?
Yeah, let's get to this other stuff first.
All right.
That's what you mean when you say fat piece of protein. I mean, real meat. Ego the one supposed to be serving the fat piece of protein to get to the...
Y'all niggas are gay.
No, we not. A boomer nation, AJ. There you go.
Man, these roasts are great this morning. All right, we're up to date on the comments. You ready for the first one?
Yeah. Shout out to all the people. Heroes, no capes. My bad.
All right. No, it's all good, man. Let's get into it. What you got for the first one we got up?
You want me to talk about it? Sure. I'll handle the Marvel conversation that you run the DC shit. All right, let me pull up this article or this conversation, people. All right, bad. It's not already up, but then again, does it really have to be?
It was already up on my end, y'all.
It was up on my end. It just wasn't sharing, sir.
Okay, all right. I was just,
don't do it. See, now I went back to the actual YouTube tab. That shit started playing, so I had to fix that. Now it's up.
Okay.
Now it's up.
All right.
So basically, the shit that I've been telling y'all was gonna happen is happening. Okay, and I hope I don't get too passionate about this, because this is gonna lead me into something else. But I'm just presenting to y'all what's happening as of now, and then I'm going to go off and give my thoughts on it. So
go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So there you go. Y'all probably already heard it, but apparently in the Secret Invasion trailer, Marvel is using AI to get a lot of their work done. That was in like their writer's strike. That was one of their demands, is to not be taken over by the AI or whatever. But here you go. Marvel faces backlash after Secret Invasion uses artificial intelligence for credit sequence. Some people say it's not artificial intelligence. The human still got to put the stuff in. All right, the human doing the easy part, the shit that don't require any intelligence. I won't
exactly.
I want this. And then computer say, all right, this is what this retard trying to say.
Exactly.
Does this suffice? And then they give it to you. Okay.
The aliens take over.
Look what I did. All right.
Go ahead.
Just having fun.
Go ahead.
All right. In the midst of a strike where the looming specter of artificial intelligence is a key concern. There you go. It was.
All right.
Haven't I read this article? So with the articles, I will skim through them to try to, vet the information, to try to see, do we really want to talk about? Is this valid? But a lot of the times, for the most part, you're seeing, I know myself, be presented this information in full for the first time. So there you go. The studio's new Disney Plus series, Secret Invasion, features AI art and opening credit sequence, a move that was so obviously going to generate discourse that almost seemed designed for that purpose. Now, I don't like reading the whole thing. Hey, this shit's boring.
I just say jump to the actual video part, show a few seconds of it, and then we can skim it. Just see how you feel after reading that or watching the intro to this. If you want to read after that,
I will say this. Just on that point, I do think it could be done purposely. Sure, it might have been in a tight squeeze where there's like, all right, we got to pump this out. Our workers is tired, or they bullshitting or whatever. But at the same time, just like with the She-Hulk thing, you do have people who are creating these or working on these projects that have you, the critiquer, the critical people, in mind.
Defensive creation.
There you go. Defensive creation. Yeah. We are seeing that come about. So I would believe that this was done on purpose, and it's justified, or their excuse will be, well, this is in the same theme or aligned with the secret invasion or the theme of the show, where this, not necessarily artificial, but this other intelligence is coming here and copying what we're doing for the sake of taking over. So, I think I'll give them props for thinking of it like that and knowing how to control the masses or control or reaction. But what you said, that control discourse or whatever, defensive creativity.
Defensive creation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Defensive creativity, yes, better.
Yeah. So I think that there's some small intelligence there, but it's just used for the wrong reasons. And it's not has no way to deal with or nothing to do with the project that they're actually working on. But okay, you said skip to what not?
I'd say honestly, just show the trailer. Maybe you could skip to different parts of it, play 5 or 6 seconds at a time. Then after that, decide if you want to keep reading.
Okay.
Because they had some reactions to it after that, but I need to get what you would think as a creator and an animator seeing this. And see if you really feel the same way about you saying, like, hey, it's probably them trying to show what it would look like if, the Skrulls were trying to invade or take over. Watch a few seconds of this with each few clips and then decide if you still feel that way.
All right. Let me full screen that. And I have not seen it. I just skimmed through it.
I sent it to him after I saw it because I wanted to get an animator's point of view after seeing it.
All right, now
so like I said, you can skip between different parts because it's 2 minutes long. So
I give
immediate thoughts.
I'm not an animator. Okay, I don't animate. I don't care to learn that skill.
An artist, then.
There you go. The shit takes too long. I went to school for illustration.
Okay, fine.
My pictures don't move.
Okay.
All right. Oh my goodness.
Yep. See? Okay.
That big ass
that's
hand.
what I want to double check. That's what I wanted to check. Okay. Keep going,
and then he got the fat finger right there.
Go ahead.
Oh man, and they'll say it's supposed to be ugly on purpose, man. These are aliens invading, so they're new to the technology or whatever. And it's just like, no, bro. You motherfuckers are new to these franchises about the all right.
Keep going, man. I thought that was Prince for a second.
So the reason I'm so disgusted watching this is because, again, they will try to justify it, but this is a direct spit in the face to people. I think Liz made a comment. I'm looking at the screen. I'm trying not to look at the comments, but I appreciate y'all.
I'll bring it up. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I think it was like, instead of hiring, I read the first part. Instead of hiring actual people, which they got them. I would say people who actually care about this shit. That's what I keep talking about. They don't respect people who care about it. Even with the dude from Nate Moore saying it's a red flag to hire fans. It's like, we don't need people who are going to be critical. We don't need people who are going to try to input their own knowledge. Yes, and ask questions into this. We just need you to shut up and do what we say. And yes, this right here, seeing this, how they know, again, it's just like check the boxes, not in the sense of representation or that all that type of shit. But I'm just saying, as in, like with She-Hulk, have a hero, got some weird powers going on, have a villain, have them montage and kind of learn what the fuck's going on, all that type of shit. Those are the checking of the boxes that I mean.
Word.
And this is that. We got the epic music. We got, they got the cool little color theme or making you feel like, oh, this is Alien. Like they got that shit going on for the trailer. And then you find out how little effort they put into it, or because of how little care they have for it, the little effort that goes into it. So yeah, man, this is terrible to see. When I see AI, I just something goes on with my body already. Yeah, but just saying that they just don't care. They just know people gonna eat it up. But all right. Like we can get away with not being great. That's what they're thinking. And somebody played a clip. Was it Fenrir? And I saw John A. Douglas like responded or something. But the Duck Man was saying,
"Oh yeah, I have that up, bro. I had that up. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah.
I know
So
what you're
basically,
talking about. Yeah.
like there's a perceived legitimacy. There's a perceived greatness if you spend money on the right things, or attach yourself to people who are already perceived as being great. Man, this shit hurts, bro. It hurts to watch.
You don't gotta keep watching if you don't want to. I just, all I wanted to say was I was showing you because I wanted to see what your thoughts were.
No, I keep watching it, but boy, when you care about the craft, man, seeing this, it's wild. It's like, look at that. See, this is like some person making shitty art and then saying, "Oh, it's abstract. It's supposed to look like that." These are the throwaways. Look at that. Is that a tongue on the lip?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's when you mess up. When you mess up, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like that in no way looks like Nick Fury. Like he's got ball sack eyes here. Like he looks sickly. Yeah, this is what I was. Do you still feel the same way about the intelligence that you were saying earlier?
About what? Yeah.
About them saying like, hey, it's supposed to be like if they were trying to come to our world, how they would try to show what it would look like.
Yeah, because I can see them in a scroll in the process of trying to copy a person. It looks like some weird shit like this to get to the right image, the perfect.
Right, but the problem is that okay, I'll show you. All right, keep going. All right, I see what you're saying.
See, like that right there, it started out looking real ugly and slowly became more human-like.
Okay. But that right there, like that is actual like something that's computer generated, but not necessarily AI. This at the end right here, like that part, you can clearly tell what's what, and that's part of the issue that I had. I will say that Imperfect had something to say about it on here too that I'll go back to in a second.
Okay, so that I didn't see the AI credit that the article or whoever was talking.
I think they meant like the opening credit scene is AI. I think that's what they're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're trying to say on there. But I'm gonna see if I can find what Imperfect said. Okay, so Imperfect had this. Like, I thought the trailer looks fine. I don't understand the criticism aside from it being generated mostly by software. It's an artistic choice. Fair point. It's just the fact that we already have a certain feeling about AI in general. Then you've made the entire opening credit scene strictly AI, and you're in the middle of a writer strike. where writers that chose to generate AI are now saying, no AI no more. And the two studios are like, well, I mean, y'all been using it. I'm pretty sure you generated quite a few scripts that way, and now you mad. So in the middle of all this, we're like, we want to see, you probably might want to at some point stand on the side of good writers, but then they do things like this, and you're saying, well, you're losing credibility by making a whole opening sequence just straight up AI. AJ, what are your thoughts, man?
What was, I was like, this art style, uncanny valley, creepy looking art. Agreed, but it's not on purpose. It's done by the AI, and they will write it off as it's supposed to look like that. That is my issue, and that is the defense the justification that they will give this. This shit was not done on purpose. They said, how can we use this garbage art that's being put out, because we don't have anybody talented enough to create this on purpose. Like I was saying with you when I showed when that clip where I said that became gradually more human, but it still didn't become the perfect copy that these scrolls are
supposed to be.
Yes, that this is the main reason they're able to invade and have these heroes looking at each other like, is this really the person that I think it is? So they will get away with it because of what you said, imperfect. I don't it's an artistic choice. It's not. It's a bullshit excuse.
Right. On top of the
but
fact
it's going
that
to work.
I would say this, man. What's the point of Nick Fury and even Shield at this point? So now that I think about it, Shield got infiltrated by Hydra in Captain America 2, Winter Soldier, correct? Now we know that the Skrulls have invaded just about every form of government, affecting both policy and action to said policy. What's the point of having Shield anymore, bro? Like, how many times can you get infiltrated before someone says, you know what, we need to have our own thing at this point because this ain't working?
Bro, you know that and as well as what this Captain America Cold War shit, like I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but I just find it just seems
New World Order or New World Order,
Brave New World, whatever the fuck they want to call it.
It's New World Order. All right, like we gonna call it what it is.
I got you, but okay, the comic was Cold War. That's what I saw. But I just feel like they'll find some reason to make Steve Rogers like some who was a Hydra agent and that type of shit. Why did I bring that up? Oh yeah, you was talking about what reason is the government. So yeah, showing how that Steve Rogers, that Captain America was corrupted all this time. So that would give more validity to you saying this this government or was it Shield in this universe is pretty fucking terrible. I know you was making your whole Sokovia Accords argument in Civil War, and I'm like, you know what? I do feel you on that.
Right. You see what I'm
saying? And that would add more to the argument of, although I like Civil War, I think that was my favorite movie. I'm sure that was my favorite movie out of Phase 1 and Phase 2. When you look at it compared to Civil War, it was fucking terrible. I'm gonna say the reasoning for the superhero act or whatever was better in the movie, but like you was talking about the fallout and the conflicts amongst the heroes, and how I was even saying like it got to the point to where they showed Iron Man was willing to pull like the Suicide Squad stuff and have like Green Goblin in there, Venom in there, Bullseye, like other like villains who were like, you're gonna fight for us. Like that type of comic book stuff you didn't see in the movie. It was like one and done, on to the next plot. So yeah, government and Shield are fucking trash, and I'm tired of
pretending otherwise.
Yeah,
that's what I said. So we will do. I'm sure I'm going to get my pound of flesh from y'all when it comes to the Flash movie, but we are guys off camera. Me and AJ argue for an hour over this stuff, and so y'all about to get a taste of some of the arguments we had. But part of the issue that that I was having about Civil War in general was the fact that, like, after everything that's happened, nothing is really intergalactic. Everything is still really Earth based. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no aspect of like Valerian where you send a delegation off planet so you can actually have aliens on world. Like, there's no actual talks and agreements. Like, why do I care about Sokovia Accords when like this whole thing is intergalactic now? You see what I'm saying? Like, why isn't there a planetary federation that hasn't been formed? Because we know that because of Guardians of the Galaxy, because of Thor, even when Asgard fell and you have New Asgard, where's like the intergalactic delegation? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we got representatives from like this galaxy and that galaxy, this galaxy, saying, yo, we're actually okay with the Avengers. They've actually helped us off planet, so we reject the Sokovia Accords. Or, hey, we accept these Sokovia Accords because they went to our planet, messed some stuff up too. I know it's Earth's mightiest Avengers, but this doesn't stop some of them from being off planet. And that's the issue I have is like, we're doing this whole Sokovia Accords things. I'm like, terrain and power? Okay. Try to do that stuff when like you got infiltrated by Hydra. Why? I don't care what you say. You let Hydra get up on your booty hole. Stop. No. Like,
and that's why I will say it doesn't seem like they do have a plan, because there should have been more to that. Like all the other stuff with the Thanos, that was cool.
right.
But I think they went too big too fast instead of building it up. And through something like that, through Civil War, and I can't say this is me thinking off the top of my head. Like when you come up with ideas and stories and shit, you got to workshop it. You got to edit it and get it to other people to see how they feel, because they can find some like real flaws in it. But we've all have said this before. They should have kept it at like this level and then worked up to Thanos.
To that
and
level.
Then you can work up to the Adam Warlock and those type of beings, but really build this world out, flesh it out, instead of just going with the flow.
Well, so the thing is that you should have built to Adam Warlock being the antidote to Thanos, because then you have the fallout from that war, is because they didn't know what to do after the Infinity Gauntlet. So when they snapped, they made it break, so you can't use it again as some secret MacGuffin, right? The issue is that when you look at the comic book, no, the Gauntlet still works. So like, well, we can't really, like, what are we going to do with this? So like, so we need to have a trial to figure out who's going to be the wielder of the Infinity Gauntlet. And that's where you bring in Adam Warlock. There's a trial to say, like, look, why do you think you deserve this? And it's like, well, Adam Warlock actually moral centrist. I know that I understand of good and right and don't get corrupted. Like, there's a whole trial that gets you to an Infinity Watch where it's him, Gamora, it's a troll. I think it's Drax and Adam Warlock, and they're tasked with like, yo, we're the Infinity Watch. We watch over the actual gauntlet to make sure it's never used. Like, that's how you do post Endgame. You introduce Adam Warlock because, hey, he's been in stasis the entire time. He's mature enough. He's coming out. Aisha, his mother, says, hey, look, we need you to fix some stuff because there's people that got snapped out. So we need you to actually take care of it. Mother, what do you mean snapped out? And she's got to give him an entire breakdown of what's happened and what's going to happen if Adam Warlock does not get involved. Yo, someone please add a sub to this man's channel. Please do. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get off my Marvel rant on this one, sir. What say you on that before we move on?
I'm sorry, Imperfect. Imperfect. I appreciate you having the conversation, man. But no, you can't tell me that with the track record that Marvel and DC, I'll give DC a little more leeway, but that Marvel has had, that all of a sudden we're terrible on purpose. You thought it was fine, but as an artist, seeing how the AI has been handled and seeing, like, for sure, that gradual change from terrible looking AI to not so terrible looking AI, they can generate a perfect looking human. Again, the theme of the scrolls is they look exactly like us. So you would reflect that in the art. I'm not saying that
building up process.
Yes, I'm not seeing that reflected in this art. I'm seeing a bunch of a collage of shit put together under the guise of this is aliens trying to be us. This is you using AI trying to be a creator.
Right.
And
go ahead.
They're typing in some shit that they done read on Google. And that's what they're spitting out. And again, I said they're smart enough to present it as if it is purposeful, but they're not smart as well as creative enough to do it themselves with that
And that's
intent.
and that is the main issue that I think we both have. Is that for me, it's like if you just show me like, hey, this creator used this kind of art to show, and hey, maybe a portion of it was AI to say, hey, look, this is him trying to show what it would be like, but it gets progressively more and more creator centric, so you can tell, okay, that's so and so's use of this kind of computer program or this kind of CGI, and then as it gets to the point where it's at the end, you show the end product, which is an actual person walking toward the camera, fade to black, secret invasion. Like, that's what it should be. To what we're seeing seamless at the end that you can't tell. Like, that was the point. It's a secret invasion because you don't know who's who.
So, and what up, T-shirt historian? And then, man, you get me off track, but I would say Canoli's been killing it with the live shows. I think his subs. I don't know. I haven't seen the sub count. I saw Floral. He's at 900.
He's over 905. Yeah, he's at like 905 now.
There you go. T-shirt is historian. He's doing the stream like mid Saturday. We got Circle of Jerks later on Saturday night. And of course, I'm going to forget some stuff, but a lot of people are out there working. A lot of people are growing. This shit is beautiful to see because, again, we all started at these points with like zero, and we slowly started meeting each other and building our area of YouTube or content creation or whatever you want to call it. So it's cool to see people still going and progressing, getting that message, being real disciples out here. But yeah, I knew I was going to get distracted with talking about that.
I mean, honestly, just a moment for all of you guys. Like, yeah, we see y'all. Thank you guys for sticking with the actual YouTube. It's great to have people in this space with us. I mean, like I said, like you said, Canoli's over 500. He's got that partnership program going. Snow Dub is at 905. T-shirt historians doing his thing. Like, we see you guys. Congrats, and keep moving, keep pushing. We're down for you to support you guys. Go ahead, man.
And Static, what up, Liz? For sure, talking to hell. We need more indie productions to grab who's willing to financially support their versus getting a big movie. A movie ticket, subscribing to a stream service. I'm cynical of people's willingness. Y'all, that's a whole nother stream. That's a goddamn whole other stream because me and Ego was we was talking about a lot of that. But as far as that, the artistic shit, I think if I'm gonna say this, and I'll be pulling it up while we talking about it, but it seems like with the Nick Fury and the scroll face, they're going for a Art Deco style. And
what is Art Deco for the uninitiated, sir?
I can't remember the specifics of it. It says, I'm looking it up, begin the 1920s. It was a more recent, more modern style. It's not no old painterly shit. But when you look at Art Deco style, like promotional art or for like movies, you will see great examples of that weird face thing that they was just trying to do with Nick Fury and the scroll. And I'm trying to look for an example of it. And I will say, if they had done something like this, if it had, seeing all that terrible art had amounted to something like this, I would be more willing to accept that they're doing it on purpose. Art Deco style movie posters.
If y'all get a check-in, T-shirt historian say he's going to do the scroll thing that he's going to talk about on the Weekend Gaming this afternoon. So y'all check that out too. He's probably going to get more of the scroll stuff than we would, because I don't know much about the scrolls at all. Do you?
Nah, man.
Okay, y'all tune in to T-shirt historian and learn more about it, because we don't know shit about fuck on that one.
That and the Fantastic Four with the scrolls and all that. I don't know about them folks. I'm gonna just share my screen. Nothing's weird popping up. It shouldn't.
It's all good.
Definitely. Yeah, man, I'm having a great weekend.
It's not bad, man.
But so this is the style. This is like that flat style that I see AI looking very similar to.
Okay. Take your time with your fun. Take your time with your fun.
I mean, I'm not finding a good example like this right here. Okay, it's doing the dual face thing, but I need a movie poster like a villain.
If you just show me what it looks like, I can probably find it. Probably chat can help you out with that.
Oh, is it not pull up? Did I not show it? Damn.
No, we can't. We can't see what you're talking about, man.
No, I'll be forgetting that step.
I know, me too. Like, just give me.
What I showed was it wasn't this, but like.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Do I need to zoom it in even more?
You might want to zoom it up. The Great Mouse Detective from like the 90s? Or is that 88? Is that late 80s, early 90s? I saw that movie. It was a great movie though.
Yeah, I mean, people have made.
I see what you mean.
I want to look for real human faces.
That's a better example though. That's better. I'll give that better art than what they showed me with what Marvel showed in the scrolls.
And that's purposeful. But yeah, I'm trying to look for some real. It'll pop up, I'm sure.
Yeah, he saw Art Deco, some early futurists like steampunk.
I don't know. Okay. I just know this is the style that it makes me think of. Like, that's a stock example.
Yeah, I guess it is. Rescue Guy under. Oh, I love Rescuers. That was Rescuers was nice. Rocketeer. Oh, bro, try the Rocketeer. See if that comes up because I think that might be what you're looking for.
I seen Rocketeer, but it wasn't a real person. It was like
okay.
It was it was a human.
Did they really do a real person in Art Deco though? I thought it was more like flat and 2D and it looked more animated than anything.
I mean, this shit right here.
Yeah, is that Art Deco to you though?
Yeah, that's the style.
Okay, so that's what you mean. That's Art Deco.
It's a time period. It's not an exact style, but it's flat like this, and this is what a lot of AI art looks like.
AJ just saw some titties and said that one. No, I'm trying. I'm joking. Oh yeah, he said so. The poster is Art Deco. The movie has the general feel. Okay. All right. So I always say Batman: Mask of the Phantasm. Right to the right.
Now that is yeah.
Go back up. Now, go up right there. Batman and Mask of the Phantom. Yeah, that one. That.
But that's a cartoon example, and it's easier to do that.
I know, but I'm saying like you haven't found any real world ones. So I'm like the closest you've come to so far is animated. I mean, I don't. You can say look up an Art Deco movie poster.
See, that was the Rocketeer thing, but that's not a human face.
I don't think, bro. I think if you typed it in, I don't think any of this would be.
You don't think any of it would be what?
It's a style of visual arts. So I mean, I don't think I've never seen this kind of play out in a. Hold on, let me see if I can find some. All right, I think I found something. Hold on, I might have found some. Let me do this. Drop your screen, and I'll show you what I found then.
Okay.
For Art Deco. All right, let me do this here, and I just want you to see if it looks familiar to you. All right. So, like, they're saying Art Deco movie poster is this stuff right here. Like, the specialist. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that would be Art Deco. The journal.
Bro, that's the exact stuff I pulled up.
Bro, I don't think so. None of that stuff looked the same as what I had. Like the movie Spectre.
I'm not gonna make a one-eye joke now, bro.
Nah. This one I saw you was off. Okay, you didn't pull up nothing like the Meg. You ain't pull up Outrage. You ain't pull up Mandy or even Predator. All right, I had it.
Look. That's the point. What I'm saying is villains on it, and then having this like dark and light contrast for like a hero and villain.
Sky Captain: The World of Tomorrow. Look that one up because I know what movie they're talking about. That might be the Art Deco you're looking for.
You just had it. Look it back up.
I wouldn't look up. Oh my goodness. Okay, this man wanted me the whole thing. Hold on, Sky Captain.
BioShock, but that's a mask though. I'm looking for a human. I'm trying to see what would they try to make a real human look like, and it's real flat. Again, it looks animated mostly with all of them, but I mean this
like
no, not that one.
like this. Hold on, let me see if I can find the like this right here, the actual like that. Like that's as close as you can get. It's still flat. But I mean,
but that's them doing like the
stills.
time period as opposed to making
Those are
using that art style. All right, the point is that is what AI art makes me think of, and that is what the artistic style that I'm thinking they're trying to go with this secret invasion shit. But it's not being pulled off well because the AI is doing it, not the human.
Okay. All right. I will. I'm done. I think I'm done with that one. Are you done with that one too?
Yeah. Spit in the face.
Right, cool. Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Stop watching this shit. They don't care. We need to stop caring. Let it die. Let them deal with their lack of creativity,
ineptitude. All right, guys. All right, we're about to get my pound. Y'all about to give me my pound of flesh here, so y'all go ahead and get on to it.
Heroes, no capes.
Right. So I recently put up my flash review with my homie the Stuntman on Thursday afternoon. And me and Antoine had
hold
beef.
Hold
Wait,
on.
What?
We supposed to be doing the other DC news before this.
Oh, you into the I'm okay. So, when it comes to DC news, there's only one character Abomination AJ cares about. And I'm sorry we skipped over your sacred cow, my homie. I'm sorry. Let me start this over. It's still an AJ show on this one. Here we go. Hold on.
Heroes, no capes. You didn't have to play my face.
No,
you can
no,
have all
no,
the DC.
That's all you. This was you, player. All right. You was like, man, my favorite DC character got a show. And here he goes to talk about his character first. I'm sorry. All right, go.
All right, let me pull it up.
Bring your character up, man. Bring your character.
Let me pull it up. It's taking me a minute every time. Oh well. And once I do it over there on that screen, I got to come back over here and pull it up.
That's fair.
Is it ego fault?
No, that's AJ.
Is it ego fault?
That's AJ fault right there.
It's ego fault. All right, this is the article. Warner Bros. Announces new Teen Titans TV spin-off show. And I was like, wow, what could this be? I'm excited. And looking at this, I was thinking, okay, it's going to be this. This is the revamped version of the Titans with Damian leading. And sometimes you see Cyborg or as Blue Beetle. But, and who is it? Coriander. Starfire. She's older. She's older than everybody else. That's what I thought they was going for. But no, it's a new Teen Titans Beast Boy show reveal. Now look, even though this is my favorite one, my favorite Titan, and I would love to see some Beast Boy shine, this man does not deserve a fucking show on his own. Definitely not in this day and age. I think it's just going to be about his early days, like after what is it, Doom Patrol? After Doom Patrol and before the Titans. All right, what is I'll read all this. All right, same times.
Just wait, what is the story? Go. I'm sorry. Go.
Cartoon Network and Hanna-Barbera Studios Europe via Variety announced a new Teen Titans spin-off show featuring Beast Boy as the main character. The show is called Beast Boy Lone Wolf. Why you gotta waste the title like that? And it is confirmed,
you are so upset for that title.
It is confirmed to begin production next week. This marks the first time that a DC title will be made outside of the United Kingdom because he's not fucking restricted to just being a wolf.
I mean, it's an animal. I mean, which one? Lone ape? Lone gorilla? Come on. What else? I mean, what else do you want to say?
Beast of Solitude.
That is too long, sir. And the child and the 7. Beast
sounds
fucking Solitude. Cool. I spit everywhere just trying to repeat that.
You hear that shit everywhere. Again, lack of effort, lack of creativity. But
man. Okay, go ahead, man.
But Hanna-Barbera Vice President Sarah Fell announced the series as having just started. During this year's Annecy International Animation Film Festival, concept art from the Beast Boy series was shown, and it indicated that it will focus more on action instead of the wacky and comedic take on the character in Teen Titans Go. That sounds good. What is the story of? I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this. It kind of during Teen Titans when they showed Starfire going to the future, and everybody for the most part had a cool future, except for you can say Cyborg, but Beast Boy was balding, he was fat, and he was stuck inside of this like circus cage, and people was throwing shit at him. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? Perfect opportunity for my guy to just be running through the woods, being an animal, and then he come in the streets here and there and save people. And they'd be like, wow, I just got saved by a fucking green animal.
I mean, he does say, I tried to do the solo thing. I got my butt kicked a bunch of times. Considering the fact that he was like 9 when he joined the team and then tried to go solo immediately after that, gets defeated early and then goes for comfort and safety over, actual saving people. So, I mean, they qualify why he's in the cage. To get out at any time is just, he's more in the mental prison. That was the point. And even Starfire didn't want to leave the padded walls where she was.
I totally understand that.
Okay.
But just how it's done, it's fucking terrible. That as well as Young Justice, mental prison. They got this man dealing with fucking depression. And that being all of his arc, all of his story in Young Justice. And I'm tired of seeing this. When he's with the Titans, he's just goofy, still getting his ass kicked, but not as much as when he's by himself. Or he's by himself and he's fucking sad about it. So is this going to be another example of such things? I don't know. All right. And this is just them just speculating. It says, given that the series will only consist of 10 shorts and would lean more into action, it's possible that Beast Boy Lone Wolf will focus on a titular character, saving people from different threats, while also potentially teaming up with other DC heroes along the way. I don't even have to see him team up with other DC heroes. It would make sense that he does to keep him out of this mental prison and for getting his young butt kicked or whatever. But anyway, I'm just saying, bro, if you just find some common criminals, you can turn to a fucking snake, dodge some bullets, and leap up at their ass as a goat. Hit him in the head. He knocked out. Saved the day.
That's pretty cool.
Oh shit. There's also a chance that the show could explore Beast Boy's time before joining the Teen Titans and might end up revealing how he meets the other members for the first time. Beast Boy Lone Wolf is confirmed to air on Cartoon Network, but it has no release date yet. So yeah, people, we know a lot of this shit it could be good or bad. More than likely it's going to be terrible, but we all about the speculation and the true what ifs of this shit and what we could get. I mean, I've been talking as it went on. What are your thoughts on Beast Boy?
I mean, it does have potential. I mean, I was looking at it because I was trying to find an example of what it might look like. And I was looking on Amazon for like Beast Boy issue number 1. And I saw this and I was like, maybe they could see some conceptual art from this. It looks actually pretty cool. It looks close to the red and white that he has on there. He's front and center, even though he got the Titans in the back, and it's his own story. So it's not like he hasn't gone on solo adventures or hasn't been the front runner of his own series. It's just that it's going to be hard for people that aren't used to seeing Beast Boy without a team to show him without the team and on his own adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Primal Law. That sounds awesome. That actually is a cool idea. That's fucking cool. Better. Whoa, you know what? Hail the Lord, good sir. That is some heat. I didn't even think about that, sir. I've been saving the air horn all stream. You get that air horn, sir. That's cool.
So, even though Hail the Lord has shit taste, that was cool.
That's fire, sir. That's a fire idea.
And so them coming up with Lone Wolf, I just feel like sure it makes sense, but that's too easy. And that's a lack of creativity. everybody has a lone wolf fucking title in their series, or lone wolf and cub. Oh snap! Hold on. You about to go? Okay. Hold on, y'all. My woman, she going out and she looking good. I gotta get up. Take it away.
Do you? But turn the camera off if you're gonna try to get up the way you talk about it. But yeah, I'm not glad. That's actually a nice concept. Are they bringing Greg Sipes back to voice him? I don't know. My guess is they probably will, just because Young Justice seems like it's pretty much done for at this point. I don't see him turning down that opportunity to finally voice the character he's been voicing for damn near 2 decades, and it's going to be solo. So the fact that it's probably going to be 10-minute shorts from what I'm seeing could also help. It's going to be short work for him to do the voice. The shorts get out, and my guess is that they greenlight it for an actual show. It'll probably be the traditional 30-minute sets on there. So that actually is something that we'd want to see in the future. But I hope Greg Sipes comes back to voice him. That air horn is the funniest shit ever. I love using it. It's so funny. It's amazing. But it has to be spelled Zoomer style though. Oh, Prime, yeah. I guess maybe on the promotional material, if you said it was spelled out like that for Primal Law, maybe. But I mean, I guess if you're trying to get the Zoomers in, maybe. On the promotional stuff, probably posters and T-shirts. I guess boomers can ask what it is. You'll be like, "Can't you read, old man? It's Primal Law, okay? It's Beast Boy. It's gonna be Vixen. It's Elmaman, okay? So a touch. So I will see that. Go ahead, you got it.
I was pulling this up. Why can't they make a standalone thing that doesn't break other shows?
I don't think they know how.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to comment on that. They can, or they they should, and they shouldn't at the same time. I don't think it. Anyway, like there's nothing bad about connecting things to me. I think if you can connect things, people appreciate that. But it just takes more work to make it make sense. But the Primal Law thing, because damn hell, you didn't just
you derailed the whole thing. Damn.
For me?
No, I'm talking about which one? Hell.
Oh, hell. So okay, what I was saying with that, Vixen, African American, she looking good, she brown skin. Beast Boy, he green, he white, but he's green. And then Animal Man, I can't remember, was he a white guy? I thought he was more Hispanic, like a light brown. But representation right there, but the focus right there was not, we're trying to have colored characters in this. It's the show first, and these are the elements that come with it that people can appreciate. And that's hot, man. That's hot. I would love to see that. You got your 2 dudes and your female character, so we checking the boxes with that. Animal Man was white people. Okay. Let me not modernize him too much.
Animal Man was white, but he did have a family too, so he could show him like, hey, what it's like being in this business, having a family. I'm with it. And then, bro, you could talk about the animals going with the red, and then you have the swamp thing you could introduce with the green.
Ooh.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it writes itself. And then we're gonna get to the point where that AJ is gonna love is we get a Lion King reference that we're all together in a great circle of life between the red and the green.
Don't say the brown. You see my head? I'm trying to make it fucking work just now.
I know. You're like, damn, that actually makes sense.
But wannabes,
I mean, it works, right?
There's too many. There's a lot of animal themed heroes that you can get there. Who's the Cobra dudes? The Copper. Who is it? Copperhead. Who, you know who I'm talking about? The fucking snake dude. Yeah. The fucking snake dude. Like, you can get the animal villains in there. They tried this with Animal Instincts though. It was the Batman animated movie. That was trash. And I'm gonna say this. I do hate when shit like this, like when they try to go for the all animal thing. And because in Animal Instincts, or it was the Batman Ninja Turtle crossover where all the villains decided to inject themselves with the I think it was but they had like animal forms. I think it was mixed with the
splicing.
Yeah, and they had the
Yeah.
Ninja Turtle, like the mutant, the ooze too. So they all had these animal forms, and I'm like, that's just doing too much with it. But
it's trying to make it so that it's a theme instead of like, not just it's what it is. It just happens to be that they're this
yeah,
instead of making it all the theme. You're like, not really. I got you though.
but okay, yeah. So hell, hey man, you killed it with that one. There's this one guy dresses like an animal, fights crime at night, but he's secretly a billionaire. What's his name? I hate to throw Batman and everything, but it'll make sense. I've said before, I think Beast Boy does need a mentor, and I think Batman being that mentor would make or would put Beast Boy on a whole nother level. So there you go. I was trying to pull up Hales. DC is retarded. I'm gonna use that for myself. Hey, use it, bro.
You please do like that. That's actually a great idea, man.
Or we could never mind. You keep it. I'm trying not to take it.
That's for you, bro. That's for you. That's for you.
Because we do got some stories back in the past. Okay.
Let him have it. Let him have it, bro. Let him have that one,
bro. Like, come on.
If we're interested in using it, bro, we would definitely compensate you for that idea because that shit's awesome.
Hell, let me get an episode named Primal Law. Let me get a chapter named Primal Law. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, we'll have to write that up, bro, because that's some fire. That's fire. We'll give you writing credits on that one too.
Animal Man was Snow Monkey. See. Maybe I'm compromised, okay? Maybe if I was like, it was like make him brown, I'd be like, yes, sir, boss. I like that idea. Let's do it. Damn. Episode of Batman Beyond when all the teens started splicing could be introduced in this. He said the splicing, and like, yeah, you can start introducing that concept and seeing how it's like a main line in the future with
it's a straight up Zoomer thing too. It works. It works generationally. It works artistically. It gives an actual threat, and it's like something you really can't keep from happening because it's like it'd be like drugs at that point. Mm-hmm. How you gonna police all that when you don't know who's getting it, where they're getting it, what's turning them into, whether it's forced or not? Yeah, oh man, that writes itself. Damn.
Hey, well, speaking.
Oh snap! Oh, good sir.
Sure. Okay.
Good sir. Thank you.
So yeah, speaking of drugs, Ego loved the Flash.
Heroes, no capes.
Let's talk about it. That's what you say, right? That's what you were supposed to
say. Anyway, as those who may or may not know, I put up my review for the Flash movie on Thursday. If you haven't, check out my channel for Left Eye Ego. It is up. And I actually liked the movie, okay? And so in the video, and I'm telling y'all, I gave y'all actual...
Don't say liked it. Don't say liked it. No, bro.
I didn't like it.
You loved it.
I loved it. Fine.
That was a good time. What'd you give it?
I loved it.
Four thumbs up.
Loved it. No, I gave 4. I gave at least 4 egos, homie. We don't do stars and thumbs. It's about me. It's about me. So we do egos, 1 to 5 egos. So that movie overall was 4 egos for me. All right. All I'm saying is, I told people there were caveats. Okay. Ah, shit. I'm about to get roasted. Yeah. Here it comes. That you know what? That we need to have a clip that says, "Oh, here it goes." Anyway, so. I'm telling you guys that I said first off caveats. Okay?
I'm about to go take a drink for this.
All right. Oh shit! I should actually tell my wife put some tequila in my water or my sparkling water here. All right. I said my caveats were no one pretty much wanted to see the movie that said it. Now I talked to her. They were like, "Cause the Ezra Miller, he's a terrible person. I understand that it's just gonna be an actor doing his thing, but Ezra Miller, he's awful, like the groomer." Okay, fine, but we have people that actually can separate the art from the artist, and that's what we do going in. I know Tom Cruise is absolutely insane, but my ass is going to go see Mission Impossible 8 Part 1. That was the first thing I said. The second thing I said was the fact that people that actually wanted to review the movie didn't seem like they reviewed it, actually. Like, there was one artist who was saying things like, "Oh my God, there was such a butch lesbian with Supergirl. It was awful. I hated it. It was terrible." I'm using the voice because that's how people that sound like they hate on the movie, that's how y'all sound to me. All right. So with that out of the way, actually sitting down and watching a movie, not really having any expectations for it, just say she'll go. Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm about to get roasted the fuck up for this. But anyway, all I'm saying, guys, is that I actually liked the movie based on what I saw. During okay. Wow. Guys, this is why I actually put in the post, let ego cook. All right. Just let me cook with this. All right. The one thing that me and AJ beefed on from the get-go was the baby in the microwave. Right. Oh no, don't run away from this conversation, sir. Because you was the one that brought it up. No, don't run for this one. Because you got mad at me because you're like, man, obviously the baby in the microwave is obviously supposed to be for abortion. All right.
I'm still here. I'm trying not to let people see the small amount of alcohol that I have that I'm trying to make it stretch for this bullshit justification you got to come out with.
You know what, man? Play a Toonami clip while I get some alcohol. Now we're going to be drinking while we take this discussion.
All right.
Play a Toonami.
Y'all just going to look at me while I find it. Okay, people. Public service announcement. We all have shit takes. Some more stinkier than others. Okay? But it is not good to live in an echo chamber. Okay? It is nice to hear one another out. And if you can do that respectfully, all the more props to you. Don't hate people because they don't enjoy the things that you think they should enjoy or that you want them to enjoy. And because a person doesn't like something does not mean that it's a personal attack on you.
I think it's time we talked about respect, how to earn it, when to give it, and what it's good for. Seems to me a lot of folks these days don't care much about respecting other people.
You are useless. What are you talking about?
Everybody wants to get respect, but nobody seems to want to give it.
The full metal alchemist is just a little kid.
Don't call me little!
Now I'm really mad.
Maybe in this anonymous computer age, some of us have forgotten what it's like to be human.
Things may get troublesome.
Sure, it's fun to be right. And of course you want to win. But that doesn't mean you get to be a jerk.
Go easy on him.
You can't go around thinking the world owes you something. Or anything for that matter.
We're all in this together. And if we want to be champions, we work as a team. Get me?
You gotta get out there and earn that respect. And one good way to make sure you get respect and get what you deserve is to give a little respect. So before you fire off another snipe, take a second and just think about it.
Oh, brilliant.
Respectfully yours, Tom.
Hate this version of Tom. Look, I feel you, and I don't know if that's the more modern or recent version of Toonami of Tom. But I mean, the words are still the same. You got to give respect to earn respect. But the thing is, once you go there, once you take it to a certain level, hey, the gloves are off. Now I can just have fun clowning your ass for going there. But right. There you go.
Ready?
Yeah, let's play in comments. I don't hate ego. I love you guys. I mean, if you liked it, you liked it.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm fine with this. I can take the shit y'all gonna give me because me and AJ went like back and forth for an hour, and they were like half the time we were like, no, man, we gotta save that. No, we gotta save that. So yeah, skinny arm Tom is I like fat stubby one.
Yeah,
he got that Stewie Griffin body. That was my favorite one.
Early 2000s Tom. I don't know. I thought he progressively got good, and now the more modern ones are ugly, I think. I don't have cable, y'all. I don't know what they doing. But it's better than the time with the face and mouth. And was that that was early time. How dare you, T-shirt? Those are masterpieces of modernity.
Nice.
I've heard other normal people say that they liked it. And I can't. Sure, we got to consider the normal perspective of the person that's just going to watch the movies, but I'm kind of just like their opinions don't matter anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that for someone who like actually went to go see it, like I will make no bones that I will be in part emotional about this because I've been waiting for a Flash movie since like 1993. So I'll be straight up and say like, hey, I will be in my feelings when it comes to this movie. However, I went to go see it with someone that didn't know Flash's origin story at all. That was Stuntman. And Stuntman was like, yo, I didn't know normally life don't matter. Damn. Well, that's this is part that's part of the issue that I had when we were discussing this too, was because how do you actually want to approach this? Like, because I don't want to give spoilers for anyone that plans on seeing it or anything like that. Ah, shit. The wife's saying, all right, turn in to see how bad Ego's going to be later. Okay. Yeah, even she knows.
So what I mean by normal isn't their opinions don't matter. It's just because I'm not claiming to be better than anybody or more thoughtful, or, having more insight. It's just that I'm seeing how, like, we're talking about all of this agenda being pushed, but you really got to see how, like, what is the evolution of this agenda? How do we get to where we are now? And as a creative, you can see how, like we were just talking about with the Secret Invasion thing, I can see how they can justify this as an art style, but it's really bullshit. I can see how, like, you see how people justify, as it slowly happened, it was like, okay, Little Mermaid. Are people really upset about a Little Mermaid? Are people really upset about them having more female characters? So I'm seeing how they can take something like, when you say it like that, yeah, it does seem silly. It does seem like this is coming from some dude that ain't getting no pussy. It can seem like that. And that's what they make it seem like. But there's really, like I said, there's this insidiousness to it where they know people will write it off as it's just happening. If you have a problem with this, then there's something wrong with you. So seeing how
in what context of the Flash movie, though, I know we're trying to.
I'm not talking about the Flash.
We're talking in general.
I'm talking about in general. My issue with a normal person's thoughts. A normal person will say it looks good or it doesn't, or more people are noticing the pushing of these things, but it's gotten to this point because people have allowed it to happen or excused it for so long. So now these people just feel more emboldened to put some shit out like Secret Invasion with AI art. They had to be emboldened to do that.
That's fair. That's fair. You do. However, the thing is like, well, this is the thing. I think it's all about, for the most part, good faith arguments. And I will say this because it relates to Flash, because of what TCR historian says. John Wesley Shipp. All right, so if we're doing live action actor for the Flash, agreed. Grant Gustin, I will tell you this. I stopped watching the Flash from the CW after episode 2 or 3 of season 1. If I'm willing to tell you guys that I loved the Flash movie, then I'm actually willing to go back and watch the CW to see if I can change my mind on that. And I'll do that in good faith. That's what I'm saying. If I'm willing to say that I like something that everyone deems as trash, maybe something that I say is trash that everyone else liked, I'll actually give it a shot. I'm willing to say that the movie changed my mind when I watched the Flash movie that much, that a show that I would never consider watching ever again. I'll give it a shot, an honest shot. And I will say this. I was talking to Pops about this because I'd recommended a show that he watched. And usually when we do recommendations between you and I, it's like, nah, I ain't gonna watch that. Or I'll watch an episode and I'm out. Pops actually watched the entire season of the show I recommended. And he was like, you know what? I watched the whole season to see if my mind would change. And it really didn't. But that's someone that actually went the extra mile to make sure that their mind couldn't be changed after watching the whole thing. So I'll give a shout out to Pops. So I'm willing to take on his example and watch something I didn't want to watch earlier. So, I mean, when it comes to the Flash, I know the first thing we beefed about was the opening scene from the Flash with the baby in the microwave. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still on this normie thing.
Okay, we'll get to that then. We're still on the normie train. Go on, sir.
Because I do feel like I got to clarify. People's opinions do matter, but you can see how easily they can be swayed, like with the jangling of the keys, with the nostalgia bait. So if your opinion can be easily swayed, then I'm going to be less likely to take it into consideration. The most a normie can tell me is I liked it or I didn't. And if they can tell me why, that's cool. But when people who have context, who know what's going on, then I can see. Like, it's one thing to see the She-Hulk series and be like, oh, that was dumb. But then to go and see the person's words behind that decision making and
That's
see,
fair.
then I'm like, okay, I really need to know what's going on. I don't care whether people liked, was it exciting? Was it entertaining enough? Again, Mario was entertaining to a lot of people. But when I see how a lack of creativity as far as story goes is accepted, then I'm like, okay, we're steamrolling towards lack of creativity, lack of effort. Come on, Ego. We all know your favorite scene was Flash deep throwing a burrito. See, licking his teeth right now, sucking his teeth. I know.
I was surprised. No, never mind. That would include people. That would assume people watched the movie. Then never mind. I'll leave that scene out because I thought people were gonna hit me with another scene, but I'm be quiet because I ain't trying to out myself like that because y'all was gonna get on me. But no, I think the thing is, it's actually with whom you're engaging with, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think there are 3 types of fans when it comes to this movie stuff.
Real quick.
Go ahead. What
I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you have it. And pass you the
time.
You keep it. But I would say
you getting me like Kanye West now. And I'm Taylor Swift. All right. You out here. It's okay. You out here like Scar was the best villain of all time, and I'm like, motherfucker, they got nothing to do with what we talking about right now. The fuck is going on right now? Go ahead.
When we met, you thought I was going to be every other normie you came in contact with and love Black Panther. And you was like, here we go again. But when with content, when I actually knew what was going on, you was like, oh, this conversation is intriguing. I want to hear more of what this person has to say. What are their thoughts on what's happening? So that is what I mean. That's why I don't care to hear what normies got to say. Because if you put enough glitz and glamour, if you pull Michael Keaton into it or Tobey Maguire, they love it.
No, well, this is the problem I also have is the fact that I had that beef with people that saw the movie that have context, that are comic pros, that know their lore. I have beef with them. They're like, you know what? I can't believe it. It's such a terrible movie that had Ezra Miller in it. He's such a groomer and he doesn't know what's going on. Such a guy with such a butch. It was obvious. Even though they didn't talk about her sexuality one moment of the whole thing. It was awful. But you know what I did like? And what made me so hard was Michael Keaton. He only had 10 minutes of screen time, but it was awesome. I would have went to 1989 and just had to be Tim Miller's Batman all over again. Tim Burton just makes me so hard as well. That's how y'all sound when you don't want to watch a movie because of Ezra Miller, but you fucking watched it because of Michael Keaton. Just say you didn't want to watch the movie and be like, okay, I'm out. I'm way too good at that. Sometimes I think God didn't flick the gay switch on me sometimes, all right? I can do things way too well just because my voice is already kind of high as it is, all right? All I'm saying is, as a normie, I can give an opinion on if the story made sense and kept me engaged and didn't push an agenda. Outside of that, I have no clue if it follows the comic. That's fair. That's good faith.
Most normies can't do that.
Well, that's a particular type of normie that can't do that. There are people that only watch the movies and they only want to be entertained, and they will tell you up front, I don't care about the comics. I only want to be entertained about the movies. Those are the people you don't want to talk to. There are people that say, hey, I know a little bit, but I'm willing to have the discussion with you. Right? Because I don't know. If you enlighten me, I'll change my mind. I'll think about it. The other ones are all comic book purists. Those are like comic supremacists. If there's a reference that's wrong, they ain't even watching it. So I'm thinking of the fact that you got to engage with 3 different types of people, and you got to know which one you're going to engage with because it lets you know what kind of energy you're going to put into it. I think too many times you put too much energy into people that only want to be entertained and don't care about the comics. Those are the undesirables. Them can kick rocks. It's the people of those last 2, those who we got to work on. Those 2 right there. Like, that's a negotiation. I think too many times in the culture war as well, everyone's trying to amass an army on their side and an army on this side. And no one sends a delegate to the people that are in the middle saying, hey, look.
Have a conversation.
No, they want to argue about the kind of conversation, and they want to actually hold people for ransom and say that, hey, they're on my side. Like, no, motherfucker, you hold that person for ransom.
I'm saying instead of just wanting to have the conversation, just agreeing to disagree. I don't think
it's not even that. It's like I'm taking over your spot. You better have this opinion, or like you're not in my squad, you're not in my group, you're not in my clique. Like you're gonna be on their side. And it's like, well, you didn't even tell me just like why you're trying to get me on your side. So I'll be with them because they didn't say anything. They're just like they seem to be having a good time over there. And that's the problem I'm having is no one's saying like, hey, look, I'm just saying like, hey, well, what do you like about these kinds of comic book movies in general? Oh man, hey, I just want to see a movie. I want to be entertained. I don't care about comics. Mush that person, move it aside. Go to the next person. Well, hey, you know what? I don't know what's going on. There seem to be a lot of people that are arguing about the comic book character, and some people are talking about the movie character. I don't know what's going on, but I want to talk about this. Like this show will end by 1 o'clock. We'll see. We'll see. We dead in the middle of it. We might.
I will say that Ego is going to talk about why he loves the movie, but
we still can because that's why I like.
We'll see where the conversation goes because it led into some things that we kind of already agree on. Me, him, and a lot of people in the chat, and what we're trying to move towards with the content as opposed to what we've been seeing. So we'll see how long the conversation goes, but I feel you. It's really because you don't want to choose between blacks. That's what it is. You don't want to put one above the other. Because to you, John, all of us on the same level. Now, what level you put us on, I ain't going to ask. But you was like, hold on, I don't need to be shifting these naughties around.
He was like, man, he was like 1, 2. That's 3 many black people to listen to. All right, I have a black quota for the day.
For the day.
It's too many. I got ninja rollover minutes. It's too many. It's like that scene from Undercover Brother where Chris Kattan starts acting black. Sure, for cheesy, my easy.
All right.
Go ahead.
Are going to have all right. So you want to keep bringing up the we started at the baby with the microwave. Now I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah,
I don't care to see the fucking movie, and it's not because Ezra Miller is a piece of shit. It's because DC movies are pieces of shit. Okay, that is why I don't want to see it, and this is their excuse to correct all the shit or to say, okay, I know we've made a lot of trash in the past, but this future is going to be great. Just stick with us. And I'm like, no, you don't deserve that.
So this is the thing I said. Like everyone got upset when they found out like Ezra Miller probably had a writing credit. And I was like, yo, there were 13 drafts for this movie. And one of them I recall was with the guy that did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs when he was tapped to write the movie. And I think he was writing with him at that point. So just because it's one of 13 scripts doesn't mean it actually made it into the movie. That was the first thing I said. Second thing I said was, imagine you're tasked with making a movie about the Flash and you cannot talk about his rogues gallery. We're talking no Captain Cold, no Heat Wave, hell, no Reverse Flash, no actual Mirror Master.
Gorilla Grodd. Where's the animal representation? Where's the furry representation? They gave me Cheetah and Wonder Woman, but I didn't see that.
This motherfucker that wants to be blackity black, but the minute we talk about something, he talk about monkeys and gorillas. Look, I've been holding on to that one. This motherfucker just he's like a wolf or an ape. Jesus, man.
Look,
send us back 500 years with that.
It's because of how serious I am about the culture war. I'm not gonna see Craven, but goddamn, I finally get an Animal Man story. Disney scared to do it with Tarzan. DC was like, all right, well, fuck it, we're gonna get it with the Craven. And I was just like, come on, man, why y'all do that, bro? Why y'all do that? I'm trying. Let me get bit by a radioactive wolf around here. This might get bit by the lion. You got Spider-Man, Doc Ock, the lizard.
Give me all the like, look at this. I got bit by radioactive wolf and I'm shaking. It's like, motherfucker, that's rabies. Go get a shot.
They dropped the ball on the casting. I wouldn't say that.
So they did. I've shown you why. Like
they did, but I think that dude could have worked.
No, because there's actually a person that actually looks like him, looks way more.
I would say this. I would say this.
I'll look at the photo, but I'm looking for the photo.
I will accept him with Young Craven. That guy, I still do think
I don't like Young Craven. I don't like Young Craven. I need mature Craven. Where's the adult in the room, bro? That's all the movies where we talking about. You tell me this dude, this don't look like Craven to you, and he's aged.
I feel you, but we can see him being groomed, and not in the negative sense, groomed to be that hunter that he is.
This don't look like Craven to you. That don't look like Craven to you, bro.
But that can be older Craven. This is the Craven origin. Show me him hunting.
Everyone's way too young. Everyone's way too young.
I feel you on that, and I'm giving him an origin. He doesn't deserve a fucking origin movie, but I'm just saying, I'm just trying to give them a little bit of grace. As young Craven, sure, Aaron Taylor Johnson, whatever the fuck his name is, I think that's it. He could be young Craven. He's not so far off from Craven where you can't give me that guy that you just showed me with some gray hair and do a Craven story right. But as far as the hunter himself, or showing me again, this is a flashback. This is like 10 minutes of the movie at most, but the rest of the movie sure should be that guy that you pulled up. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying dude can pull off a young Craven. I can see him.
I am over origin stories. I don't need them. The only movie that should have actually rightly had an origin story for someone that had no idea about the Flash, which I'm talking about Stuntman in this one, was the Flash. Every other DC movie got an origin story.
Mm-hmm.
That was a problem I had. It's like even Batman. We saw 3 Christopher Nolan movies, 2 Tim Burton movies, even a Val Kilmer and your George Clooney dude. They all got their own intro or origin story to get us where we were. Flash did not get one. On top of the fact that we can't do his rogues. In the first movie he's in, we have to talk about him resetting the entire universe because we're out of the Zack Snyder verse. And that's the issue I had. I said it would have been, he only needs 2. Just two movies.
Yeah, you don't need Craven around for that fucking long.
No, just 2. We all got Street for Ice on 2. It's high possibility.
For sure. And I do feel like as black people, as black creators, we do need to stream Isom before John. We met Anime. I said this, look, we met Anime through John, and I appreciate you, White Daddy John. They did black people, we gotta do better, man. We gotta come together.
No, you didn't get where was I'm trying to figure out where Captain Boomerang was in it, because I don't remember really seeing him outside of trying to say that was in
Suicide Squad.
Maybe the Suicide Squad, maybe. I'm talking about in this particular movie. The issue I had was if you're trying to give me an actual Flash story, you could have just gone through the whole bit about him getting his powers, learning about actually being a hero. AJ Craven.
Yeah, I wanted to see that Craven. This Craven, again, this story, it just doesn't fit. I would love to see this story, but it's not Craven the Hunter's fucking story. Seeing that dude jumping off walls and being like Sabretooth from the X-Men Origins movie, I love that Sabretooth. He like jumped into the truck and like bit the dude fucking hand or neck or some shit. I'm like, hey, he learned it from the animals. He getting the job done. I'm with it.
Man, you want to see a straight up feral. We already got a Spawn live action movie with Michael J. White. That's closed. That was the only time I've ever been scared of John Leguizamo, straight up. But I will say that again, back to the Flash. You had to make a movie where you couldn't use his rogues. You couldn't do an actual origin story about how he gets his powers, how he learns about speed, managing his actual caloric intake with the speed. They're like, oh, well, you may have seen the CW Flash and that should be enough. Like, no, it was not enough. On top of the fact that you could have ended his very first movie with him actually being tricked into running into a mirror universe with
Mirror Master.
He goes
I do like
a mirror
that you
universe.
said that.
I said that like we were arguing about it. I said he runs in there, he finds out everything the way it could have been had his mom survived, and he has the life that he wants. He gets out, and that starts him thinking, well, if I'm fast enough to be the speed of light and I go faster than that, I can actually reset time. Not a situation where I run so fast out of emotion that I wind up at the speed force by accident. That's my problem, is that the fact that you're telling me that you gave me this movie where I had to do this. So what does this guy do? He makes it so that he actually runs in the Speed Force. And I will not spoil the movie for the people that have not seen it that might intentionally go to see it, and not tell nobody about it. That's fine. I understand it. But that would have been a way better story than just him doing all of this. Because to me, Barry meeting Barry was like the director saying, I cannot give you an actual origin story, but I will try to show it through the Barry Allen with the longer hair. And it won't be Barry meets Barry. It's going to be Barry Allen trying to actually mentor Wally West. Like, all right, that's the point they were trying to make.
Bullshit on that, because that is that Zack Snyder head canon.
I'm not doing
because you're saying that is what it makes you feel like. as opposed to the story that you were actually presented
Bro, Barry
with,
Allen in
which
the
I
Justice League
said,
is not Barry Allen. That's Wally West.
Which I said seems like it's more so an allegory for Ezra Miller's they-them persona.
It is
and
not.
What gives me more reason for saying that is because at first we were saying this is the Flashpoint paradox, this is that adaptation. But as we see more that came from this movie, it's so far away from that movie, it's not fair to actually call it that. That might have been where the inspiration has been taken from, but there was one Flash besides Zoom. And there's no Wonder Woman in this movie. There's no Aquaman in this movie. There's no Thomas Wayne in
That's
this
what I'm
movie.
saying. You ain't watched the movie because some of those cameos you saying aren't in the movie are in the movie. That's what I'm saying.
But they don't have. But they're not in. They're not a part of that world that is that dystopian future that Flash is trying to go back, trying to redo.
It's
trying
not
to undo.
Dystopian. He didn't know. I said he did it for one specific reason, and that was to save one person. And that is the ripple that he screws up. It's one thing. It's not trying to avoid a dystopian future.
Are you talking about this movie or the Flashpoint paradox?
I'm talking. Which one are you talking about, bro?
I'm talking about it's unfair to call this movie an adaptation of the Flashpoint paradox.
I never said it was.
I'm not saying you did. I'm not saying you did. I'm saying I will give it that. It is unfair to compare it to that or to say it's that. It might have taken inspiration, but it's very loose. My issue, again, is the real world issues that affected this movie. This movie could have been great, but Ezra Miller being a they-them is why we have two fucking Flashes in this movie. Them and all of their terrible movies across the DC board and trying to make you forget about those, or not necessarily forget about them, but say they do matter. They led to this story because so they are real, they are here, but we're going forward in this direction. That is why this movie is showing you all these alternate universes or these alternate characters or whatever, as opposed to the Flashpoint paradox that gave us that one future.
This and that's the issue I have with you, because even when going back to Spider-Man No Way Home, you were like, I don't like the fact that there were 3 different Spider-Man, but everyone else looked the same. And now I'm telling you, when people look the same in different universes, now you got a problem. I'm saying a person went back to do one thing and it's a rippled out. Sure, Flashpoint Paradox showed us one alternate reality. That is fine because he got stuck in one reality. I'm saying with the movie, you will see alternate realities in there, and that's where some of the cameos come in. Like that is the point.
But that is the only reason. You just said it. That is the point for the cameos. So we're going to show you all these alternate versions so we can show you all the cameos so we can jangle the fucking keys and get you in there, especially with the Michael Keaton.
Bro, get the fuck.
As opposed to
you telling me right now that Spider-Man No Way Home would have made $1 billion without Tobey Maguire.
I don't give a shit about Spider-Man No Way Home. I have not seen it.
No. I'm saying. If you told me Spider-Man 3 No Way Home had no cameos at all, we're talking no Alfred Molina, we're talking no Willem Dafoe, we're talking no Tobey Maguire, we're talking no Andrew Garfield. It's just straight up. What's his name? Little man with a frog in his mouth all times. Him by himself. 3rd Spider-Man movie. You telling me that's gonna crack $1 billion? You telling me that's gonna make people watch that?
No, it's not. But why is the money? Why is the money the driving factor? I didn't want to see that. I expressed my issues.
I'm saying that people still wanted to watch Spider-Man 3, even though they didn't like Tom Holland's version, because Andrew Garfield's going to be in it.
I feel you. I feel you.
Willem Dafoe and Alfred Molina going to be in it.
Two wrongs don't make it right. Two wrongs don't make it right.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is I was like, okay, what? I was saying I don't care because it's like, okay, well, were you really going to go see it anyway? All right, well, I actually went to go see Flash because I actually wanted to see about the character itself. I don't care about cameos like that. You put them in there, okay, but that's not the driving force behind me seeing it. All I'm saying for the people that didn't like Spider-Man 1 or 2, they show us happy as hell to be in there for Spider-Man 3 to get a jangling keys or a dropped handkerchief. That's all I'm saying.
So I feel you on that, and that's why I respect you watching it, even though I feel like you are contributing to our enemy in this culture war. You're genuinely
by doing what?
By going to see this movie, by financially supporting this company. I do feel like you are running off the fumes of excitement for your Flash, but at no point, I gave you this, at no point did you say you wanted to see it for Michael Keaton or at no point do you shit on or use the word woke continuously to express or how you feel about the movie. So you are watching it in good faith and you are entertained. You like how it was handled. You like how they unlike what Marvel, or kind of like what Marvel did with Secret Invasion, they pulled a bunch of shit pieces together and came up with a good outcome, a good final piece. But I feel like too many real world implications on this movie that affected the Flash origin that we could have gotten, as well as a Flashpoint paradox that could have came later on down the line.
That is fair.
And and what makes me say too many real world implications was, again, Ezra Miller, we all know he's a piece of shit. But again, in this terrible loose adaptation, there is no two Flashes. But we want to make two Flashes here to validate him and having a fucking plural persona.
That's no idea. There's nothing on it. Because in the movie, you watch the movie. If you go see the movie, they explain why there are two of them. They tell you why there are two. That's the whole point I'm trying to say.
If you want to explain or give me a Flash origin, he could have simply just seen that past. It could have been a universe where he saw it. That way you can catch the people up to speed with what it is, as opposed to giving me two real fucking characters on the same plane of existence and having that not be a factor. And things are unraveling themselves. Spider-Man, what was it? Into the Spider-Verse did it. They were together for too long, so now shit is being fucked up because we're not supposed to be here.
Why is it your own people? Why be your own people, sir?
He has been waiting.
It's always.
Are you talking about this comment?
Yes.
He has been waiting for a movie for his favorite character his whole life. They could have gotten a hobo off the street to play Flash, and Ego would have seen the movie.
You know what? I'm going to delete all recordings of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette whenever that shit come on. I'm deleting all that shit. I record nothing. All right.
And on that, Ego will say, "Well, you got to see a good Spider-Man, so I can understand you not wanting to see these movies because you already got what you wanted." And I'm just like,
I am Abomination AJ, and now that I've gotten my movie, I am going to be independent artist on everything else. All right. I want you to have a bean pie of individuality, my brother or my sister. And injustice anywhere isn't injustice everywhere when it comes to my characters, but not yours. That's all I'm saying, bro. It be your own people imperfect. Exactly. All I'm saying is, if you give me points on the movie that you saw, confirmation bias, perhaps. I'm not a desperate fan. All I'm saying is, for people that actually said the movie was shit, I'm saying, hey, look, some people didn't see the movie and said it was shit. Whatever. You didn't want to go see it, you ain't gonna see it. That's fine. Some people that wanted to watch it and were like, you know what? I tried to go in good faith. It was shit. I'll give you that. I was like, hey, look, I didn't even know what to expect, and I tried to avoid spoilers. It was actually pretty good. All right. And then people that were like, I thought it wasn't gonna be shit. I said it wasn't shit. I didn't go in good faith seeing it, and it's still shit. I got beef with those. That's what I'm saying. I'm hearing too many of the latter and the former, and people that have seen it outside of maybe, I don't know, Critical Drinker maybe. I'm just like, well, Critical Drinker, that's your job. But I'm like, well, hey, me seeing it actually made sense. They definitely tell you the power set of Supergirl, and it ain't what you think. Some people are projecting the sexuality on Kara Zor-El.
Okay,
it was not mentioned.
Hold on, powerless of Supergirl. Tell me this: did she not beat the shit out of who she needed to before she was powered down?
You mean normal people? Yes.
Okay.
No. I'll wait. What you got? What's up?
That's it. What happened with Zod? This spoiler territory has been a week.
Hold on. I'll tell you in the private chat what happened. Hold on.
No, tell me right now. People don't care about spoilers.
No. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't give a shit about spoilers and you're okay with me telling what happens in this movie, then, because that's what I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure people at least had a week to at least think about if they wanted to go see it. Like, again, we'll wait. And if you throw 1s in the chat because you don't give a shit about hearing spoilers, I'll tell you exactly what happens.
I'll give you this, because you talked about the Supergirl not exactly being lesbian. They didn't confirm it. I don't feel like they have to confirm it, because we've seen this trope nowadays to imply that she is a lesbian. Now, I will give it to you the fact that, okay, in this modernization or this adaptation or whatever, which I've said it back then with James Gunn, I said it would make sense that he's going to adapt some of this woke shit because it is modern. So he's making it.
Who's going to do that? You said who?
James Gunn. James Gunn.
Okay, go ahead.
I said it makes sense because he's adapting all of these stories over this amount of time. So to make this story make sense for him, he's going to take a lot of that into consideration. As a creative, I give him that, and I do think he should. But no, it makes sense that if she was the older cousin, if she was sent here first, it would make sense that Supergirl would be the first one that she would be captured, and this would happen to her.
Thank you.
As opposed to just bullshitting and tokenizing Superman and coming up with a girl character that supposedly been here all this time. I give you that one. So, but I do still think that they're implying that she's gay with the haircut, and that she's going to be gay in future.
I'll play this. Did anyone assume that one of Zod's female henchmen was a lesbian because she had the short hair too? I'll wait. No. Okay, then why is that?
Well, I would say, was that a time before all of these?
No. I'm not talking. I'm talking about like we can go with Superman in 1976, 77.
So
Superman
no, before a certain period, no, these things were not seen as that.
2013 Man, give me 2013 Man of Steel. 2013 Man of Steel.
I'll give you that. She started getting woke in 2011.
So basically, the short hair for you, without any context, means lesbian, right? Just like the dreads.
I said it's an indicator. It's a red flag. If I see that, hold on. I did a video of this same haircut. Now that was all Marvel, Disney and Disney Marvel, but that same haircut is put on all of their strong characters. For the most part, it's strong women characters of color.
Which actual franchise did you name when you said that?
I said Disney's Marvel.
Thank you. And
Disney
when you
and
said
Marvel.
It, and we're talking about which.
How many?
No.
I didn't see. I didn't see.
What are we talking right now? Which one? Which? Okay, I'll wait for you to tell me the short hair lesbian.
Is it restricted to Disney because you had?
I didn't say you're projecting Disney on. You're projecting Disney on a DC. That ain't fair.
I'm projecting what everybody is doing at the same time on DC and saying they are not exempt. That is what I'm saying.
Fine, but I'm telling you, there's an actual case for you saying, "Oh, short haircut means lesbian." Because when I see it in Marvel,
I didn't say that. I said it's a red flag. I said it's an indicator because Disney Marvel is not the only company who's done this.
Okay, and I'm giving you 10 years worth of movies from DC, and you can't know which one is a short haired lesbian. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying when everyone saw Sasha Calle dress up as Supergirl, everyone said, he's the lesbian. Where it doesn't mean, it means fuck all to the story. And they didn't even talk about it at all. She says, Cal was my cousin. I was sent here to protect him. And now I can't find him. I got caught. And now I'm in Siberia. Y'all broke me out. Why did you break me out when you find out I wasn't Cal? That's the point. Full stop.
Ego.
What?
I don't want to stay on this point because I really don't care too much about it. But the short haircut on a woman has always indicated strength, not that it means lesbian. Now, again,
fuck out of here.
She's on your side. She's on your side. But this is why I'm saying I will not allow them to steal tropes such as strong woman, anthropomorphic animals, the short haircut, snarky women that don't give a shit about men because she's mission oriented. Shit like that. I would not allow these people to take. So I feel you on defending her unconfirmed sexuality just because of a haircut. But I'm saying it is an indicator. It is a red flag. In modern storytelling.
Okay. Well, then if something is an indicator, you can do one of two things. You can inspect or suspect.
I give you that. And at no point did I say I think she's gay. I don't give a shit. But I do see the swapping. I mean, the sexuality swapping of the character happening.
That's fine. You can recognize that pattern. All I'm saying is that if someone sees it and tells you that's not what it is, then okay, for this one, that's not what it is. You have to move on.
You're not
that's
saying
all I'm
that's not
saying.
what it is. You're saying that's not confirmed in the movie, and it has nothing to do with the story. But I'm saying, based off of what I've seen, the little bit that I've seen, just by her being brown, that's extra points. But having a short haircut means in the future,
No.
we'll
Okay.
find a way to make her look.
Okay. So I put this in my video. I said when they initially introduced Superman, video and comics, everyone looked the same. Dark hair, blue eyes, indicating they're actually a mono-ethnic people, Kryptonians. They showed you that, right? Even the comics at that point, dark hair for Kara Zor-El. Someone in the 80s changed her to blonde hair and blue eyes. And then the movie came out. We're going to use blonde hair and blue eyes. And everyone said they're getting used to that. It's not comic book accurate. So how are you going to show Kara Zor-El being blonde hair and blue eyed for people that may not understand how familial cousins would work? You can't say like, oh no, we're cousins. But okay, second and third, twice removed, 3 times removed. No, we actually have to look at least somewhat mono-ethnic. Dark hair. That's all I'm saying. Everyone wants to go like,
So
oh
you're
my gosh,
excusing the dark hair, but you're forgetting the whole fact that she's fucking Hispanic at the same time. And
she has a tan. I no. All I'm saying is you're dark hair. I'm saying dark hair. If you're going dark hair instead of blonde hair and blue eyes, you might look like you might be cousins. So you tell me you don't have cousins that don't slightly look like you? They might look like another race? Slightly you?
Yeah.
Okay. But not you don't have do you have blonde hair, blue eyed cousins, sir? Are you sure?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so if you brought one around and said, this is my cousin, we're gonna be like, oh, how we do this? What
people would assume, by marriage.
Give me the answer. Get the fuck out of here. We would ask more than just by marriage.
We ain't gonna ask. I just accept it. That's your cousin. You bring this dude around, you say that's your brother. Y'all ain't biological brothers. That's just been your homie for a long ass time. I just accept it as all right. That's his brother.
After what I'm asking though, if y'all get the same last name, hey, this is Abomination Jones, and then we got my name's hi, I'm Kyle Jones. I'm like, how in the fuck who owned who at one point? Or I'm asking.
You made his ass in the lab.
Exactly. That's all I'm asking. See, you do okay, cool. Yeah, blue-eyed cousin. I'm asking questions.
People have them. I don't, but I can't speak for everybody. But I know you on if you're making them mono-ethnic. But this is again more of your fucking head canon going on. This is more of your head canon that's happening to justify this shit. And I'm saying without good reason, they're making the changes. So when they do it without good reason, it leads me to believe checking the boxes, what some would equate to woke, which means more than likely she's gay.
But okay, well, again, you can suspect that, and then when someone inspects it and says no, then I don't want to hear nothing else about it. I don't want to. I don't want to be like after. Well, you. That's what you sound like after that. Like no, it's. I actually looked at it. I inspected. I have brought you the comic book Carfax, and no, this is not what you think it is. So please have several seats. That I'm just saying that I'm seeing a lot of people that either didn't go in good faith watching the movie, only wanted to see it for Michael Keaton for a 10-minute cameo, and they're mad that they
Ezra Miller.
What is that? It's not even that. It's the fact that you got mad that you watched a movie that you didn't want to watch that has someone in it that you wanted to see, but it's not them that you know from 30 or 40 years ago, but you want to see it because of nostalgia, but you don't like the jangling of the keys. You hate nostalgia bait, but it baited you just enough to kind of be hopeful about it. And now you're upset that you duped yourself into getting duped. I'm like, go sit down. Like, stop being upset about you getting duped. You didn't have to see it. No one's asking you to see it. If you want to do it just to confirm a bias, have someone else watch it. And then say, okay, break the movie down for me. And be like, man, I'm glad I didn't waste my time watching that. I will respect you more if you did that than like going in and being mad at you wind up in your own paradox of hate for the movie.
What the fuck you trying to say, Jacob? Ironside? How is it that Jacob. Werewolves act?
Thank you. No. He's right on this one. He's right on this one.
AJ just wants to hate on this movie. I respect it. I don't want to hate it.
So.
I hate all DC movies.
I will tell you this. I will tell you this, guys. I will tell you guys this. The one thing I absolutely did not like, and I said throw her away, was Iris West.
Mm-hmm.
Barry Allen is generally awkward.
Self-hating black man. Self-hating black man.
There were better black people that would have been in this movie except for her. All right, like she's weird for liking the weirdo. I think something's wrong with her.
This is outrageous. This is crazy.
No, you was on that one too. Sorry. No, I am saying that it makes no sense that they gave a backstory for just they gave an entire backstory for why Barry Allen and Iris West know each other, and I did not like that. There's Barry Allen is awkward towards her and kind of towards everyone that isn't a superhero the entire movie. Like, that's not something that says, oh my God, he's playing coy with me. Oh my God, he's got such game. I have to see more about this guy. No, he's absolute weird. You'd be like, that guy probably has 7 bodies in his refrigerator. I should probably steer clear of him.
That was Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. That's my guy. He was weird though.
He was not. He was actually pretty cool. That's the 80s version of Spider-Man that actually has swag. The other Spider-Man did not have swag.
Speaking as a weirdo, you like, hey, yeah, he a weirdo. He represents us. Speaking as a guy who was pretty chilling in school, I'm like, dude's off, but I like him. I'm just saying.
Because you off and you would like him. Because you off too. You would like him. You both cool and got swag, but you a little weird.
You say he's old Spider-Man, but he was parts of him was Ultimate Spider-Man. Most of him was Ultimate Spider-Man. The world was Ultimate Spider-Man.
Do not put that on. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's strictly 80s version. I will not let you put that hate on Andrew Garfield like that.
No, I love him.
Yes, he is on. He is. My man is on all the spectrums. Like
C4C is autistic for spelling Barry like that. I don't know who you talking about.
I mean, he kind of is. Hi, Barry Allen. That's how he acted whenever a woman was in his face. So yeah, I will give him that. Like, throw Iris away.
We on the Flash. Apparently, they did make a Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, but it's their kids show with Spin, also known as Miles Morales, and Ghost Spider. And I said, I think they should make a Spider-Man series. Sure, Tom Holland or not, whatever. Make him more likable. But him, the Human Torch, and Iceman. And the only drawback would be that they make Iceman gay because currently he's gay. But that idea was cool. It was the Ultimate Comic Spider-Man. There was a Spider-Man His Amazing Friends adaptation. And it could have worked. It could have been some shit on Disney Plus, where again you give the young people watching Disney Plus something to watch that gets them excited for these characters in live action format. But we talking about the Flash, okay? We talking about the Flash, and Ego kept bringing up the baby thing. John said we need to stop at 1:00. We'll see. Ego just left. I don't know what the fuck's happening right when I'm trying to talk about the baby in the microwave. AJ wants gay content, spoken like a true homo. Hey, I guess it would take one to know one, but there's no penetration when it comes to werewolves. I might hump your leg, Josh, but that's all you get out of me. And I'm finishing on you for the disrespect.
Anyway, so I will say this. So part of what we got sidetracked on was the fact that when Kara Zor-El actually tries to pull up on Zod, Zod kills her. Like, straight up murks her. She barely gets a few licks in before straight up gets wasted, right? Because
wasted? Confirmed death.
Oh, confirmed death, bro. Stab her through the fucking chest.
Oh my goodness. Now we're going to see her come back and fight Doomsday. Shit.
No, don't do that. No. So what happens is that
I called Clooney. Don't let me call this one. I'm just having fun out here, but
I know you are. But the thing is like she tries to run up on Zod, and Zod was like, "Yo, we kind of killed Cal because turns out he ain't got the DNA. It was you," which makes sense. If you sent someone ahead of something, you would give them the code, the bodyguard, not the prince. So he's like, no, I need to get this from you. Let me come and get this from you. Stab. So basically, she gets stabbed in the first one. But the other Barry tries to go back and tries to fix it because he gets terrified that it happens. So he keeps going back. And they show you she gets stabbed, broken neck, fucked up every time she dies. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yo, maybe this earth deserves to die. He's like, no, I'm fast enough. I'll go back and I'll fix it. So he goes back at least 15, 20 times at this point. And then everything starts to crumble and you get a convergence. That's where the cameos actually come in. Other Earths are looking at them like, yeah, what's going on over there? As they actually knock into one another. On top of the fact that at that point they don't even do it, they actually show you the Death Racer. They're like, oh, he's like, who are you? They're like, well, shit, I'm the guy that kept going back and did the stop. And the only reason I'm like this is because of you. Which one? Oh, the one that went back and fucked all this up. You're the only constant. The reason you being here has messed everything up. You need to go. And the thing is, it makes sure that saying Flash in this case is his own worst enemy, which I actually understand if you're not using Reverse Flash. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Also, and the beef I'm probably going to get from all y'all Marvel stands is the fact that I said, with the line is, with great power comes great responsibility. That's a part of the Spider-Man universe, right? I have yet to see, to me, a true disaster that the Flash could have, or not the Flash, that Spider-Man has caused that couldn't be intervened by another hero.
All right, well, I'm gonna call bullshit on that because we're talking about Spider-Man stories. We don't have to include other characters. So,
no, but the problem
Spider-Man,
I'm saying,
according to Spider-Man, fucking Doc Ock is a great responsibility. All of his villains are great responsibilities. When you got Rhino just having fun,
that's not what that's not that right.
And they
that's
falling
what I'm saying.
down.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
Spider-Man is fucking great.
I'm saying a true disaster. Give me something that Spider-Man does that Reed Richards can't fix because Reed Richards is smarter.
That's just greater
I'm saying
responsibility. It's still a great responsibility. You as a
okay.
man taking care of your home is a great responsibility. But
it
to
is.
a hero, that's nothing.
All I'm saying is the fact
try
that
to take care of a family when people know your secret identity and they coming after your family. Then that's a greater responsibility.
It is, but
so
the problem
responsibility is relative.
Spider-Man is still low level. No, all I'm saying is if you're telling me that, okay, I have great power versus responsibility, which means I can't let that guy go because someone might get killed. Okay, that's a base. I understand that. Okay. It's not planetary. It's not interdimensional.
That's
whatever.
Great responsibility compared to normal people.
All I'm saying is
compare him
if you're telling no, I'm saying Flash is saying I can remake reality if I want to at any point, and I can live in said reality as long as I want, and no one can stop me. Have you seen a movie where that is like that?
So that's funny because for you to have that argument, you would have to call bullshit on every other version of Flash that you've seen where he's this fucking fast, but he's fighting a goddamn gorilla. He's fighting a goddamn dude that throws boomerangs. I can understand Mirror Master, but you're putting this great dude against these low-level threats that he still has trouble with for the sake of the story.
And my
issue is Superman.
I do. I will call bullshit. I will.
But that's your guy. But you love the Flash. But using your logic, they're giving you stories where he should be able to handle no problem.
He should. As fast as he is, he shouldn't have these problems. And I'd say that's poor writing on the writer's part. I will absolutely say that all day because I just saw a man remake reality. And the only person I remember that can do that to my extent that I know of is Franklin Richards. And I've never seen that in DC. The one person that actually remakes reality should not be having these problems with these low-tiered actual B or C level villains. I will tell you that all day. And the moment I saw that, people are going to shut up like, oh my God, because of A, B, C, D. Like, no, I just saw a dude remake reality and have to live with the consequences. And the movie ends with not knowing the consequences of what he did.
So to me,
and if you're saying you don't like that, then you got a problem with you. Go ahead.
To me, again, this movie just seems like fucking allegory for Ezra Miller. He is his own worst enemy. He is his own person with this mental shit that he got going on who caused himself to run around and commit these crimes or whatever that he did or did not commit it, guys. Just all that, whatever you want to call it. But all of this just seems like story for him. He is his own worst enemy. Again, in Flashpoint Paradox, he was not his own worst enemy. He did some shit and he suffered the consequences for it, and he went back and he righted the wrongs.
Fine. All right, if you want to keep it that level, that is fine. All I'm saying is the movie I saw, a man completely remade reality, and he could have lived there if he wanted to. He tried to fix stuff, and that's the fuck up. To me, it's like, well, you could live in that reality. You can actually switch between realities depending on how you gave this story. So I'm like, all right, that actually makes sense.
All right. That's all I'm saying. So I'm calling bullshit on your reasoning for the stories, and justifying him being his own villain. Tired of that shit. Ain't that what they saying is happening?
Ain't that accountability though? Ain't that facing yourself?
Yes.
Accountability?
Yes.
Okay.
But just like the reason I'm not gonna say the reason I didn't see Across the Spider-Verse, but I saw that or hearing that there's some evil Miles going around. I don't want to see that if you have not given me, they gave me an origin, but you're not giving me this character learning who he is, fighting his own villains. You have to build up to a story to where you use a character as their own enemy. So just like I won't excuse it in Spider-Verse, I won't excuse it in this story. There was another fucking example that I had that just went away.
DC or Marvel?
I think it was something separate. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I will not excuse that. I don't like that. There you go. So what's up with the baby in the microwave? I told him, this is what I said. I said that seems like it's just allegory for abortion. There's no point in you having, because one of Ego's issues with the movie was not utilizing the Flash's powers in a creative manner, not really having them evolve through what you see from the Flash. So for him to stick one fucking baby in a microwave does not show me that he's truly using his powers or using them to their full extent or what it could be to save that baby. Because if they're falling down, there's nothing that microwave is saving that baby from.
Yes, it would. Actually, would.
Okay, from debris and from other shit falling and hitting the baby on the way down. But if you're falling down, you're talking about the tornado. Make a tornado, whip that shit up, and send it somewhere else. Fly somewhere else.
Debris and a baby, an infant, a newborn. Get the fuck out.
If he grabbed the baby, and now I grabbed it. If you can,
there
put
were
it in a microwave,
6 of them. There were 6 of them. A therapy dog and a nurse that fell out of that window.
If you can save that baby by putting it in a microwave, that extra step that you took to put it in a microwave, you could have blew or got that fucking debris out of here so that it's not a fucking problem. Now you just have to
clear debris for 150 feet. You can't do that with that kind of speed.
He's a superhero. That's where you suspend your belief. And you just make the
tornado. You can't even suspend your belief in putting him in a microwave. You can't even suspend that.
It's not protecting the baby from an impact. It's not protecting him from the wind blowing his fucking eyes out or some shit, or I don't know, having this little baby brain bounce around his head from moving, falling out of the sky or some shit. I'm saying I told you when Iron Man, when all of those people was falling, now I'll say these are humans as opposed to babies, but he had all those humans lock hands and he slowed down the descent to fall into the water.
Adults, people that can understand. Okay, not infants. Not infants.
But there was still some thinking this through, as opposed to, again, putting this baby in the microwave, and on top of that, you had the little ding as if little microwaves were heating this baby up, and now he dead. Next thing you know, they're gonna come out with some new form of abortion that's not so invasive. Real world. So I'm saying it's allegory for that. And you were saying, why is a person choosing to abort this baby on the 7th as opposed to all those other?
You need physical therapy for the muscles you tore with that reach, sir. I'm telling you right now. I know a few.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Bring it back. Take it up. Take it over. Take it over. Count to 5. Now bring it back and on down. Okay. Ain't no way. Let me choose between my melanated friends.
He said we got to end soon. Baby was racist though. What was racist? Because don't tell me that one baby was a different race from all the others.
They were all white babies, from what I recall. All six white babies fell out of a building, 5 in a row, one off to the side with a therapy dog, and the nurse fell in the middle. Okay. Yeah, did Quicksilver do it better? Yes, I would tell you that right off the top. Quicksilver actually had fun with it and it's like, this is easy. This is Tuesday, this is lunch.
So that's all I'm saying. For you to have issues with the movie for not using the powers well, you excuse it in this moment. You could easily bullshit. It's going slow. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of the movie. We've seen the Flash be great. This is an offense, a responsibility that you give him that's small, because the rest of the movie is those greater responsibilities. So he shouldn't be putting a baby in a fucking microwave. He should easily be able to, let's say, jump from debris to debris, jump from little gurney to gurney, hospital bed to hospital bed. I could have seen his ass running on air currents with the little gurney collecting all the babies.
He does that when he collects the 5 of them, and the other one's in the box coming down, so I can put him down after I get the therapy dog and the nurse.
Just do it with the 7th. How much of the building was intact? Because he could have grabbed the side of the building, slid it in. Oh, threw this gurney in there. Take care of the babies. Thank you. And then he runs outside again, and he got to go get the last one.
Yeah, does he have skeets? Is he Booster Gold now? He has something else that does what he needs it to do? No, he has to do the whole thing himself. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying if there's some part of the building intact, again, I didn't see the movie, so I don't know the full context. I don't know what he had to work with at the time. But I'm saying he could have collected those babies because they were easy. I'm going to struggle with that one and got them out of here. Okay, they're safe now. Now I need to go pull some out my ass to go save this last one. And a microwave is not it. Or them choosing the microwave leads me to believe. Just leads me to believe, again, knowing context, knowing Ezra Miller, knowing James Gunn, knowing this, what media has been doing currently, leads me to believe that means something else.
I'm letting it ride. It had absolutely nothing to do with the rest of the movie. Put one in the microwave to actually save it from falling debris, to save 6 other people, and it puts the baby in the microwave on the gurney.
This shouldn't even be a thing. You just said yourself that this Flash, you excuse him, the villain being himself, but you will not call bullshit on not making him fast enough to save one fucking baby.
Because that's the whole point of the movie, is that he wasn't. I watched y'all say for years how CW Flash is awesome when the theme the whole fucking time was, I have to be faster. I have to be faster.
I don't know shit about the CW Flash.
All I'm saying is that the moment you see that, hey, he's quick and he's fast, but again, we don't get an origin story for him. So how the fuck am I supposed to know how fast he is when he actually goes to Speed Force by accident? So how much of a love are we supposed to have? You're okay with a young Kraven, and I want a mature one, but you won't let me okay with a young Flash.
I say it for like 10 minutes of the movie too.
Stop, sir.
I said for 10 minutes of the movie.
I need to know where your line is, sir, because you're accepting. You said you're okay with young versions of something, but when I say mature, you're like, nah, I'll take the young version. And I just told you about a movie where he's a young version.
I don't read many DC comics. Let's see what Hell Lord talking about. In the comics, Flash saved the entire building of people from a fire.
I read that one.
Then did research on the building and fixed it in under a second. And that is what I'm saying. The extra energy.
That's mature
action.
Barry Allen. That's mature Barry Allen.
How long has this dude been Flash? I recall you saying one of your criticisms was this dude has been Flash for this long, yet he has not tried this thing that I guess the other Flash did. What was that? What's context for that?
Wait, vibrate through no, not that one. Vibrate through the walls. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
You
said because you were trying to stay away from spoilers.
That's what I'm saying. I said that is fine. That is my criticism. I said that. But if you're keeping it consistent with telling me what he can and cannot do, then how am I supposed to also say, oh, he should be able to fix that building in a second?
Bro, if I help the Justice League fight Darkseid or Doomsday, whoever the fuck it was in the movie, if I could help them do that and I can't save all these fallen babies out of a building, then why was I there?
That's what I'm trying to say. Which I'm saying, which version are y'all trying to accept? Because either he can do the shit that Hale Laurie is saying, or he puts babies in microwaves. Like, if you want a mature version of the Flash, then that's not the one you get. That's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying is we don't get that was a terrible way to slide allegory under people's noses or messaging under people's noses when it's not consistent. I don't think, but you don't have to take my word for it because I don't watch fucking DC live action movies. I'm just calling bullshit.
You're right on the not thinking part, because all I'm saying is that's because we said this. We said the whole thing about Utah. We tried to make the allegory towards or the comparison to Civil War when you said the kids were showing off for a reality TV show and killed a bunch of kids, and then you said that directly led to the actual Superhuman Registration Act. I said that makes more sense because it actually has something to do with the rest of the story. Him putting that baby in the microwave has fuck all to do with the rest of that story. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
I feel you. And because you justified by it has nothing to do with the rest of the movie.
The microwave wasn't even plugged in. Microwave wasn't even plugged in.
And it dinged.
Wasn't even plugged in.
So just dumb. Just dumb. How the fuck does the microwave ding if it's not plugged in? James, or whoever the fuck.
That's all I'm saying. Well, then it don't matter then, does it? Because it wasn't plugged in. What did you say?
AI. The AI said, "Hold on, bro. I don't have to be plugged in to work. Why should this microwave?" Thank you, Mike, because you shit on us all the goddamn time. Thank you for liking something. Let's get an argument egg timer. When the argument starts, Ego sets the time for 10 minutes. When the timer goes off, we move on. All right, they tied
That's fair. All right, we will do that. We're sorry, guys.
20 minutes arguing about a microwave that I haven't even fucking seen.
And a microwave that's unplugged. Sorry, guys. You know what? From here on out, let's do this. We'll have to choose one of the mods to start the egg timer, okay? Because we're gonna be like, nah, fuck that timer. I was losing the argument. I need to get my point set so I can win. All right.
That ding sound was added by some sound guy after the fact. Sure.
Yeah. Maybe. Okay. That's what I'm saying. From here on out, guys. Funny. Next time.
The clip is on YouTube. I'll watch it at some point. Y'all don't want to hear about this shit no more.
Next time, guys, we'll have a mod start the timer. All right. If y'all gonna be like, this could be an argument that could go off the rails, start the timer. We'll be like, hey, look, either like, hey, hail the Lord, Johnny Douglas, y'all start the timer. We got it. That's
okay. Fair. Do you want to talk more about this Flash movie?
I'm done. I'm done. If y'all want to get more thoughts, my full stream of consciousness on the movie, just go ahead and go to my YouTube channel and watch the review, because that's the full review on there, including some of the things that I wasn't able to say on this stream. Go ahead, man.
I haven't played a commercial clip. I should have played those.
Oh, throw it in there, bro. We still can do it.
Nah, it's too late. Sure, let's just throw some clips out there. In the meantime, while I'm playing the commercials, mods, Ego, you a mod, act like it. Drop Anime's channel, because if he's about to stream, we can send people over there, and then we got to send people to T-shirt at Historian. So we got to get that dropped. Circle of Jerks, they said it's gonna be on my channel this week, so come back here, y'all here, so it'll be easy for y'all to come right on back. You were supposed to stop 5 minutes ago. Hey, we're going into overtime. All right, Heroes No Capes Plus. Okay. All right. Let me get them clips going, people. What do I want to play now, y'all? Some of these, the quality on some of these are terrible, but
we
got them, and I'm gonna say shout out to Flaccid Phoenix for this one.
$95. When you call and use your credit card, we'll include the Elephants issue as a gift. Plus, you'll also get the colorful collection of animal stickers and the tiger poster. So order Zoo Books today and send learning and fun to a child you love.
To order 12 fascinating issues of Zoo Books for $19.95, call 1-800-441-2400. When you call, we'll include the bonus elephant issue, stickers, and tiger poster with your order. Call 1-800-441-2400. You must be 18 years or older to call.
Hey, what if this rainbow doesn't exist and it's just in our imagination?
Believe the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Potassium is 2 carbons short.
Michael!
So, Mario Super Sluggers, rated E for everyone.
First day? Sheep in the big cafeteria.
Stick to your own kind.
Check it out, boo-boo.
Hey, gang!
Hey, Fred!
Now that he's friends with the Powerpuff Girls, Fred thinks he's too good for us.
Get lost, sheep. You're on my seat.
This table's reserved.
Villains only. Come on, Sheep. You can sit with us.
Yes, go sit with the freaks.
Freaks? Have you looked in a mirror? Huh? Listen up. when it comes right down to it, we're all freaks. Every one of us. And that's what makes this network great.
Who you calling freak, freak?
Yeah!
This is why I never come here anymore.
That was nice. Well played.
Man, said it's so weird to see commercials with white people. Damn, I'm sorry y'all feel that way, man. I think it's weird to see a same race couple nowadays. That'd be weird if you see that.
Depending. Go ahead.
Hopefully we got all the links dropped. 12 issues for $19.95. I'm in. Hey. Flash didn't believe me. Folks were saying bye. Great show. Bye, y'all. You must be leaving later.
They were trying to get an anime, man. They thought that was the outro too.
All right, man. Let's get the fuck out of here. We'll play the outro.
Cool.
Yeah, give us feedback, all that good stuff. Y'all, I'm working on the art. I'm working on the art. Shit's coming out. Shit's looking great. What else we got? You got something you want to say to the people?
I appreciate y'all letting me go on my Flash rant. Y'all know that my sacred cow is a Flash, guys. All right, I will take any and all criticisms on it, but I'm willing to scrap for my beliefs on the Flash. That's all. Thank y'all for listening and and ragging on me a little bit. I appreciate it. I actually like going back and forth with y'all. It was very interactive. Thank y'all.
What do I want to play to get us out of here? We always get a claim for this one.
I guess we're gonna do it anyway then, right? That's what it sounds like.
That does sound like it, right?
Back in town. Traded the van for it, straight up. I can get 70 miles to the gallon on this hog.
That was not the fucking clip I was thinking.
I was like, what is he doing? I was like, that's a weird one there.
That is Ego's goddamn clip. This is my shit
still got it there.
Peace.
And no sudden moves.
Like, is this too fast? Yeah, oh man, see?
That's a little quick.
You see what he did?
Yeah, you got to be a little more deliberate in your movement.
I'm just gonna get in there. I'm just gonna grab the handle. I'm just gonna get in there and drive that car. But I'm gonna do it calm.
Calm. Piece of cake.
I was just trying to say calm. Oh! Oh, man!
Sometime today, son.
Okay, here we go. I'm getting in.
Ricky, control your heart rate.
Oh, my God!
I'm gonna knock these stickers off.
Too bad for you, cause I just took another job. And even though they don't pay hardly nothing, working for white folks look way better on my resume.